So, hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Learning from Live Experiences. And again, we have with us Ivan, who's going to share some new inputs and new tips about parenting challenges which most of us have faced or are facing, still facing. So, without taking too much of time, I'll start off with Ivan. Ivan, can you first just tell us about what exactly do you mean by parenting challenges?
Parenting challenges, I was in this situation it was when the pandemic has started. So I was not able to know what my daughter is gonna be, how she gonna accept the new schooling system, how my son that time he was going for 8th standard. So I have got one child who is 8th standard on a senior school, and one child who was going to new school. So for me, both the experiences was different. Means my son doing higher studies, higher education. How am I gonna deal with him? And my daughter. So this is the challenge I had because they both had the same timing. So my daughter used to run around to him. So my son was feeling that online school is not comfortable, and he is not able to enjoy. He's not able to go for any classes. And my daughter had a feeling that why school is come inside home. So both children had a different kind of feeling, and I had a different feeling because I was after sending my children to school, I was coming to my workplace. Now that was not happening, and I was being like at home. I was feeling like caged because half a day I'm at home and my calls are coming in. My clients don't understand that why am I not giving them result. So I was kind of caged because I was feeling that how I am gonna accept this, how I gonna understand this, how I gonna. So then I was thinking that okay, this is just gonna temporary, as I said, during the last call as well, that this is a temporary phase, and I was just trying to manage. I'll be with my daughter, then I'll be doing your phone, my laptop. So I was just trying to do some kind of a quick fix.
So it was some kind of a multitasking which you were doing. In fact, you must be handling 4 things at a time. Your work, then your daughter's schooling, your son's schooling, and also your household work. So it must have been quite a challenge for you.
Yeah, we didn't had maid also.
Yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely. So initially, it must have been very, very tough managing all these things together.
If we didn't had maid, there was no hotel services during those initial days, and there was no maid. So thankfully that time schools, was not there. Only home challenge, and by the time we went into school, we had, but still we didn't had maid because our society didn't allow for maid. At least we didn't had maid. So I had really a tough time because I became like a situational driven. Whenever there is situation, I will run behind it. I will fix it. I will manage it. I was not planning my challenges in advance. I used to just fix the situation, just do something, fix it. Okay, Emlyn, she's not under. My daughter name is Emlyn. She's not understanding something. Okay, fix it.
Yeah.
Guilt of giving screen time more. The guilt of fixing her education through an app. That was also, as a mother, what am I doing? Am I doing justice? Am I doing something what I should do? The guilt that again drains you down.
Yes.
Because my son, I think because he has taken mathematics and science, so even he was having a lot of learning difficulties without going for a coach,
Yeah.
and he wanted to do it online because he said that, mom, you help me, I will do it. The guilt of not being able to give them
Yeah.
the time, not being able to sit with them, the guilt I had in me. Yeah.
And in addition, you must also be facing some technical challenges in terms of availability of, like, you have to work on your on a laptop. Your daughter has to work on other thing. If you need a device for your daughter, you need a device for your son also. So how did you manage that part? 3 different people working at the same time, or and then you have to have 3 different devices for each person.
Yeah, correct. Now, thankfully, I had 2 systems for myself. So my daughter and my thing was sorted out. But my son, yes, I had to, get something new for him. Then internet facility, because we were. The internet facility was not that great back then, 1 year. So those challenges, was there. Because whenever there was an exam, my son used to feel that, mom, today net is not working, so I am not able to upload it. I cannot do it. You please send a message to school. Those challenges I actually had. The biggest challenge what I had, that was with my daughter, because she was like not able to accept the reality at all. She has to learn like this. That was the biggest challenge, because her school, because what she had only for 1 hour school, and they were teaching her like English, math, and a little bit of activity. Now she was like a kind of a dreamer. If she was put into activity, she will be doing only that. She will not come out and do, she was not able to multitask.
Yeah.
So then I was thinking, am I putting too much pressure on my daughter to multitask?
Yeah.
So, I was not able to know that how can I teach them that, no, how can I teach them what they have to do? I was kind of lost.
Yeah.
Because that 4-month act of what to do, what not to do, I was kind of lost actually, because I was not knowing how to guide my daughter. At least my son, he was big enough to understand things, and he was doing things on his own phase, on his own terms. I don't have that expectations of marks actually. So he was doing things, and I was pretty okay with whatever he was doing. But I was with my little daughter, I really had a tough time.
And I also heard, especially most of the mothers had that thing that when the younger child was sitting in the class, so the mother also had to sit along with her to ensure that the child is paying attention to the class, because the teachers also must be complaining. They had the issue that children are there, but they are not listening. They switch off their screen, or they will be doing something else, and then so those kinds of issues also must be quite a struggle for you.
This is a struggle. I don't know what to call this. Yeah, I had to do my schooling again with my daughter. I had to do ABCD, and you know what we feel when they are not able to do. I tell, you can't do this. Then she said, oh, I don't know. Some parents were like, they want to do things right, but for me it is okay. Okay, fine, it's okay. Even if she is not able to do right, it's okay. I will always tell her, okay, we will work it out in a different way. It was okay. But I understood one thing, that the schooling system, that was changing. That I was understanding, because this awareness I didn't have with my son actually, but with my daughter, yes, the schooling system was better changing, and children were also on a lot of pressure.
Yes,
they wanted to do well. In fact, my daughter, she wants to do well, irrespective of technology, irrespective of problem. that 4-year-old girl, she wanted to do well. Now that has inspired me. Huh?
Yeah.
There are certain days when I will be busy, then she will be telling, Mommy, leave your work, concentrate my school. My teacher is so this something, you know, which I have learned from her, that even children take pressure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they are not able to tell.
Yes, that is there.
And when I was with her in the school, I was understanding that that pressure of my daughter. That pressure, what my daughter was going through. When teachers are asking, when her teacher is asking her something, and when she is not able to answer, the pressure, the guilt mind in the small innocent children, that why am I not able to do? Am I not good enough? And when they answer, the joy of being able to do something.
Yeah.
This, you know, I always thought that this pressure of not being good enough only, you know, only adult has. But my daughter, she said that, no, I haven't.
Yeah, that is there.
Yeah. And I don't, now that particular incident, if COVID would have not come now, I think I would have never, even children also wants to excel.
Yeah, absolutely.
To do well, actually. If we show them the right direction, they will be able to do well. Otherwise, they will be thinking that they are not good enough.
Yeah. And another thing is that there was a complete overhaul of the entire education system, which was forced upon not only the children, parents, and even the teachers, because everybody was struggling in terms of technology, equipment, new apps and systems which they had to try, and even the biggest problem was the network issue. Half the time, network was not working properly, or you were not getting the correct speed. So there were those challenges are also being faced by everybody across the board. And I got to know from my wife, since she is also an educationist, so she also, I could see her struggling because they were also expected to give in much more, because some parents were expecting that the school is closed, so why should we pay the fees? So the school was putting pressure on them that you try innovative methods to keep the children engaged so that they come to the class, attend that thing. And another problem, how did you deal with the attention span? Because attention span was a major issue with most of the children.
I didn't get it. What is that?
The attention span of the child sitting in front of the screen and keeping engaged as to what else is being taught by the teacher, because it must be very difficult for your daughter, especially.
Actually, even with the schools, because they were like teachers, even it was new for them.
Absolutely.
Because in India, I don't think that any school is technologically sound. So even this was new for them. Schools were doing what they can.
Yeah,
they were doing. But children getting their attention, that is something even teacher on the screen cannot do, and parent this side cannot do.
Absolutely.
Just by putting pressure, it cannot be done. Yeah. Parents' role on this pandemic has become more important, that they have to understand their children.
Yeah.
They have to understand the children. What your children wants, exactly, what they want in their life. You need to understand, because I know that my daughter had some difficulties during initial schooling days. Actually, she had a difficulties in writing. She had a difficulty in giving proper attention to school, because the school where she was there, I think she was not able to connect with the teacher actually. Now this was actually affecting me, because my son has doing the schooling from the same school, and I don't have any problem with the school, but then I see my daughter is getting connection problem with the teacher, with the school, with timings actually, with the
Absolutely.
timings. Children, morning, some children are irritated.
Yes.
So that's a morning school, and she was getting irritated. She was getting hyper. So these challenges I had to find a way out. Because with these challenges, I can't force her that no, you have to do this, you have to do this. No,
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't do that. I
And-
started understanding my daughter.
So, did this process bring you closer to both your children? Because which was with the situation which was forced upon everybody. Like otherwise, your child has gone to school. You were mentally at peace. Okay, my child has gone to school. He or she will learn and come back. So you had your own time. But now there was a situation wherein you were forced to be closely monitoring what he or she is doing or not doing. So, in a way, did it bring you closer to your children and also help you understand them better, which you may not have been able to do had the system been the same as it was going earlier?
Yeah. Now, I am a very different kind of a mom. I wanted to understand their psychology. So what I did is I enrolled myself with college.
Oh, okay.
Because I wanted to know that how schools, exam pressure, and how things are taking toll on them. I wanted to learn actually. I wanted to know how engagement process with the school and how teacher get able to teach us better and what is important, what is priority. I wanted to learn everything about them, about their psychology. So in this process, when I was trying to have that challenge, so I thought, why not put myself into their shoes?
Oh, okay.
Why not them do this? Why don't I myself learn it?
Yeah.
So I did enroll myself with LLB college, and I have completed my first year.
Oh, that's congratulations! Like, so you were actually setting an example for your children. See, you are not doing it. I am also doing the same thing. So that would have been a big motivation for both of them, both your son and daughter.
Yes.
Yeah,
So they stop complaining. So they stop complaining about their schools, their difficulties, their things. And my son started telling, Mom, how are you doing this? You were always complaining there is no time. Now, how did you figure out time for yourself? Then I said, I wanted to know how schools and how colleges are functioning now. So I thought maybe, why not learn again? Why not start the journey once again? So this gave me clarity that what my children was going through. And what is important? Is it important that you attend class daily and cry and crib, or it is important for you to learn? What is important? And then I understood that learning is more important.
Yeah.
The entire concept of homeschooling is learning. That's how the Westerners look at it.
Yes.
But in India, we have a schedule, we have a system, we have an exam, we have certain patterns, So I told one thing to my son that you are in your higher studies. He is in now 9th standard. So I asked him, should I put you in some courses, some classes whereby you can get advanced, science and mathematics coaching for you? What do you feel? Then he said, no, Mom, I will do it myself. I gave him the space.
Okay,
which was
that is very important. Yeah.
I gave him that space. Because I told him that, his name is Glenn.
Okay.
I told him, see, now in this pandemic, more than marks, learning is very important.
Yes.
If you are able to learn, if you are put yourself into a schedule of giving learning, okay, daily 2 hours, I want to commit myself.
Yeah.
Because if you are able to do this now, you will be he will definitely get a result.
Yeah.
Now, when I was telling him to do this, he was finding it difficult.
Yeah.
But when I started doing it, every day I sit with my book for maybe 1 hour, 2 hours. He understood, he changed. He is actually doing it.
Yeah.
So now my home is sorted. My daughter knows that what she has to do. My son knows what he has to do. I know what I have to do. We all work for our exams. Even today I had my exam.
Oh, okay.
And, we know our schedules.
So, Ivan, you brought out a very, very important point here when you said that learning is more important than the marks, which is I think most of the parents do not want to understand and do not want to acknowledge, especially in the present time. So, if you put that feeling in a child that yes, you try to learn, marks don't matter, and learning is important, then they will, and you do whatever work is being given to you by your teachers. You participate in each and every activity, and whatever you learn, that is good enough. So it will bring you success in future in your life. So that is something which you brought out very thing which most of the parents, especially in the present environment, were struggling with. So I think this is a very big tip which our audience can take from you. As far as, and plus another thing which you said, you said you yourself became a student, so you were setting example to your children, so they stopped complaining about it. They saw their mother working hard, so they automatically started working. You did not have to worry about that, so the entire thing got sorted out. So that is really amazing event. So that is as far as the education part of your children and your is concerned. How did you manage your work part? How did you balance that portion of your life? Since you were working
My
also,
work.
yeah. How did you balance your work with all this?
Yeah, now see, when I was open for learning, then I was open for churning myself, like I was open for it. I said, this pandemic cannot beat me, but I want to beat this pandemic.
Yeah.
Because see, complaining is very easy. It's not happening, this is not gonna happen, that's not gonna happen. But when I know what are my challenges, and if I can prepare myself, then I can be a better person. I can give a better service. So in office, what I did is, that's how my coaching, like, how to be a leader. I wanted to take up that, I wanted to become a leader, means I wanted to understand my employee there, because everybody wants to excel in their life. Everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wants to do anything purposely. It happens.
Yes.
Sickness happens. Sickness in their family happens. So they are irregular. It happens. So rather than complaining, if I become a leader, rather than complaining, if I accept them, okay, this is their weaknesses, we can work over their weaknesses, because everybody may not be as talented as we think, so
Absolutely.
But everybody identify their weakness. Okay, this is my area. Once it is identified, it can be worked on.
Absolutely.
It can be worked on. So my simple thing is, for my office, I understood what I wanted, because I have actually put this learning thing on my mind, that I want to learn, I want to do things better, I'm not going to complain. So this is what I have done for my office, for my team. Same thing. For my clients, same thing. I started working on the challenges, what I gonna get. Means for the challenges, what I gonna get after a week, after a month, I started working it now, so that those challenges can be minimized. My team, I'm giving them training. This coaching has given me that opportunity to give them that training, to understand them and not to judge them. So with this awareness, when I know about my people, they all are having some issues, but when I'm not judging them and I'm accepting them, that gave me, that made my life easy. So in office, what I did during pandemic, I put some of my projects on an automated mode. So I enlisted myself with the e-commerce platform so that my money keeps coming and I'm not running behind money. Because I see that people are running behind money. So I thought I'm not going to run behind money. Some minimum expenses of my office is automated. Some projects, yes, we go and meet a customer, we give them quotation, and that kind of things are happening. So that money crisis, the criteria, what entire world was crying about, I have made at least 20%. I have made automated.
Oh, that's great.
So this is what I have done. So my staff, they know even if there is a third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave,
you don't have to worry.
Get business for us.
That's really great. So Ivan, one more thing you brought out, which is very important for our audience, is that instead of trying to judge people, in the moment we try to understand them, why they are doing what they are doing, so then things become easier for not only for you but for them also, because then you'll be able to guide them in a better manner. And that is where that point of yours that you decided to become a leader for them. You were able to identify their things, you were able to understand them, and then you were able to help them find a solution themselves rather than you giving them solutions. So that is how things worked out for you. So Ivan, it is really, really a great thing to do, especially. So I would say you must be feeling like a superwoman now with all these things in Cloud9, yeah, amazing. So Ivan, what as a parting thing, what would be your tips for people who are in a similar situation? Let's put it in two categories. One for the parents, so that they can look after the children in the domestic front, and for the other, for the people who are working and where they can use the similar kind of principle which you did, so that they can be better off.
Yeah, I can give only one tip to both the categories, parents and working professionals. Don't give up on learning. If you find that challenges are big, learn more. Don't give up on learning, because when you learn, you push yourself forward. When you complain, you push yourself backward. The choice is in your hand. Absolutely. You want to go front, you want to go a lead, The choice is in your hand.
Yeah, absolutely. I fully resonate with you on that part, Ivan, that learning is, if we are ready to learn, and learning is like, that's why I said learning from life experiences. So if we are ready to learn here, then everything else falls into place. And as you said, the choice is totally in our hand. Nobody can force us. It is up to you to decide what you want to do and what you want from your life. So that's really a great tip for everyone, Ivan. And thank you so much for having spared your time out of all that multitasking and the things you are doing, managing at one place. And I'm looking forward to some more tips for our audience when we meet next time. We'll meet. We'll come here again on same day, same time on next Monday, and we'll give you audience something new to think about and some new tips about learning experiences. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you very much, and wish you all the very best. And you really gave us very good tips. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.